Greetings, chat. Today we're going to be discussing the age gap of consent. Man, I really love Twitter. Like, every single day it's about judging morality. It makes me feel like God. I go on Twitter to judge other people and decide that they are beneath me. I, as a human being, am better than all these fuckers because unlike them, I have morals. I don't really contribute that much to society, to be honest. You know, I'm just an entertainer, but my God, I have morals, chat. Got morals and they don't have to. Like, they may be a doctor. They may be an engineer, but at the end of the day, they're like a Kumar. Or someone that advocates for this behavior. And that makes me feel so powerful, chat. I'm so powerful. This is why I love Twitter. You know, like without Twitter, without social media, I would be nothing. I would be nobody. But by dragging people down, I am on top of the fucking ladder, chat. So, what are we talking about today? Well, I came across this picture. I don't even know where I stole it from. You know when you're proficient at stealing? To the point where you don't even know where you stole it from? That's me. That's me, Chad. I just steal things from the internet. I steal memes left and right. If it's your meme, I apologize. I would say that I'm sorry, but not really. I just apologize that I hurt you, you know? But it had to be done. So if it was your meme, you worked hard on it, it's mine now. I don't give credit. Okay? No takesies. But it's this meme. And it basically shows a 15-year-old man and a 22-year-old lady. Now, what I find interesting about the meme itself is that the lady has no curves. Interesting. Very interesting, right? It's almost like the author is trying to nudge you to the correct response. Like, they're not actually polling the population. They don't want to see what people really think. They want the confirmation bias. In reality, a 22-year-old would probably have like that lip-sucking surgery, right? Notice like she doesn't even have any gender signifiers like Rita Sarkeesian called them. Like she doesn't have any tattoos. She doesn't have any earrings. Fascinating, isn't it, right? It's almost like the author is trying to lead you down a path, a pre-existing conclusion. But, you know, we used to call this first world problems. It's like being concerned with what other adults do. And it's like, I see people from Brazil getting concerned about, like, what Americans from Hollywood do. Like, I understand, you know, like, you can't say that it doesn't affect you because it does. Like, I just farted right now, and people are affected. You know, it's the fall of Rome, like the butterfly effect. Like, if you tolerate something in society, if you don't have the mindset of a woke or a Puritan, then you're leading to the destruction of the Roman Empire. The collapse, right? Like, this is how the collapse happened of the Roman Empire, because average plebeians didn't care what the patricians did. Like, if the plebeians, you know, the guy working the farm would have gotten more politically involved, and he would have stand up against all of those mercenaries, like, the Roman Empire wouldn't have collapsed. But anyway, you need to care what consenting adults do. And so I actually am going to tell you what I think. I don't think this relationship is okay because these young women are taking advantage of old men. Like, you have these vulnerable old men in our society, our fathers, our grandfathers, which are being taken advantage by these evil succubi in order so that they can die, and then the succubus steals their wealth. This is why we call the gold digger, chat. She has absolutely no morals. You know, I'm not going to blame the man, because any man in his position would probably do the same. I'm not going to lie. If I'm 73 years old, and I'm single, and I'm a multi-billionaire, I'm not going to date another 73-year-old. Like, I don't know about you, okay? And I don't give a fuck if the world judges me, because if I'm 73, I'll probably die in a bit. But yeah, I'm obviously, you know, going to reach out for that plump 24-year-old Tushy. But I expect the Tushy to resist. I expect her to be like a horse that's high on ivermectin and goes, nyeh. Because she would have standards. Like, why would she want my wrinkled dick, right? like, I'm a man. I'm a cisgender straight man. I'm a victim of my desires. Got hormones raging. Like at 73-year-old, I'm vulnerable. I'm lonely. I need companionship. Something that doesn't smell of death, chat. I don't want another 73-year-old woman, because I already smell of death. Imagine two people smelling of death. See? Anyway, right. And so, I would expect her to have morals, to be a beacon of morality and say no. But, obviously, like, you end up with these harlots. But seriously, though, like, imagine your dad, right? No, like let me put it in a different light. Imagine your dad, and your mom passes away. It happens, like most of us will go through seeing one of our parents passing away, whether it's your mother that goes first or your father. It's actually good. It's actually good to see your parents dying. What's bad is for your parents to see you dying. Like, that's not okay, like to see your kids dying, that's horrible. So, like, since every person dies, it's actually expected that you're going to at one point see your parents passing away. And imagine that your father dies, right? Sorry, not your father. Imagine that your mother dies. And your father is lonely and he's 73 and he manages to get one of these succubies, chat. He gets one of these succubies. And then when your dad dies, the wealth gets shared. And she takes away from your family heritage. She takes away, like she digs her claws into your lineage and just pulls them to her bosom and gives you the middle finger, right? This is like these harlots. This is what they do, chat. They prey upon elderly men. They destroy families. They destroy legacies. And so this is why I personally cannot stand for these evil, evil women. And you gotta call them out, chat. You gotta call them out. My Diversity says that his dad was smashing 304s even though his mom was still around. Money does that. Again, let's be real, okay? The reason that these relationships are even controversial, because they never were controversial when I was growing up. Like, when I was going out with the lads to have a pint, and you'd hear that some Hollywood actor that's like 85 managed to find like a 20-year-old. Or George Soros. I think George Soros was one of them, right? Like, George Soros had a lot of young wives. Kind of like Walder Frey from A Song of Ice and Fire. Like, no one is finding that to be, oh my goodness, that's shocking, right? Everyone is like, oh my god, lucky bastard. Because he's got money, right? Like, that's why he goes. Because, like, most men are attracted to the 18-year-old supermodel. Like, this is known, Khaleesi. This is not revolutionary. This is not something that would mindfuck the straight man. Like, everyone knows this. And so, it's not like, why is it happening? Everyone understands why it's happening. And so, like, why is it controversial all of a sudden? Well, because the Karens are here, right? Like, when we used to have these conversations at the pub with the boys, there were no Karens at the table. And so no one gave a fuck. But now we're forced to interact with the Karens. And so, like, the Karens get upset because when they were 24, well, actually not even 24, like, this is an exaggerated age gap. But the idea is, like, when a Karen is 18, right? Like, she's going to date someone 25 almost all the time. And the reason for it is because the guy that's 25, he probably has a car and has his own apartment, right? For the guy that's 18, that's almost impossible. And so, like, most women, when they're young, and in Europe, it's even 16, right? Like, I have seen 16-year-olds dating 25-year-olds in Europe. This is kind of the norm, actually, ever since the invention of the dating app. But anyway, right, so, like, they date elderly men. And the reason they do, again, is because the elderly men, they have stability. They have a house, they have a job, they have a car. And if the guy happens to be a lawyer or a judge or something like that, oh my goodness, like, he already made it moist. And so, like, the women, they date these guys, and then they get bored, the relationship doesn't work, because, like, they have a lot of energy, the elderly gentleman doesn't, right? They want to go out, they want to go party, they want to do stuff, or maybe the guy starts acting like their dad, Because if you're a 25-year-old judge and you're dating a 16-year-old and she's still at university and you want her to get good grades and you start nagging and shit, whatever the case, she doesn't like him. She dumps him, goes for another guy, dumps him, goes for another guy, dumps him, dates 3 guys at the same time. And eventually she ends up being 29. And now she wants to settle down. Now she's like, okay, well, I'm 29 years old. I just need to settle down. And she realizes that other guys who are 29 are now the guys that she used to date, right? So like when she was 16, she was dating the 25-year-old. So the question is, what age is the 25-year-old dating? Well, he's dating the 18, the 19, right? Like he's dating younger. And so when she is 29, the people that are 29 are dating women that she used to be like when she was dating older men. And this pisses her off. Like, this makes her absolutely fucking livid. And she goes to social media and she ignores all the context. She pretends that she wasn't that type of girl, or if she was, she completely changed. Melanie Mac. And she makes this into this type of thing where you have like a person that's 24 and a person that's 73 and tries to make it just beyond the fucking pale. Which, again, don't get me wrong, this is not a healthy relationship. Right? Like, if I was the son of this 73-year-old guy, I would be pissed. If I was the father of this 24-year-old girl, I would be pissed. But they're grown adults. They can do things that piss me off. Right? Like, they can genuinely do things that makes me spurg out. And I would only spurg out if I'm part of their family. Right? Because I don't think, like... This actually makes my life worse because Hollywood people are making bad decisions for themselves. But also, from a realistic point of view, she's a gold digger. It's not like she's innocent and she's being taken advantage of, right? Because, like, what is the problem with consent? People keep forgetting. What is the purpose of consent? It's to make sure that she's not being taken advantage of, right? A 24-year-old woman has the ability of calling the cops, has the ability of getting a job, has the ability of being financial independent. And don't give me this shit, oh, well, like he's a millionaire and she likes the lifestyle. That's a choice, right? It's like, oh, well, if you like the lifestyle, I mean, okay, if we apply that to a job, right? Like, let's say you manage to get a job that gives you $100,000 a month, but it's like a really, really nasty job. Maybe it's bad for your health. Maybe you have to put up with some asshole colleagues. It's a very toxic work environment. You can't say, well, yeah, but like the job is oppressing me. It's the work contract is robbing me of consent because if I get fired, I will never get a job like that. Who fucking cares? If you don't like it, fucking leave. Yeah, it's the idea that women are always victims, but like, no, in this situation, the woman is not the victim. In fact, I could say the woman is the predator. Like, if a 24-year-old woman is marrying a 75-year-old man, there is no other explanation other than the fact that she's waiting for him to die off so she can take his inheritance. I refuse to believe that a 24-year-old woman can actually fall in love with a 75-year-old man. A 75-year-old man can fall in love with a 24-year-old woman. No, like, yeah, he can say, oh, she's making me feel young, I don't get this, I would never get this level of energy with a 75-year-old grandma. Like, okay, yeah, I get it. But the other way around, no fucking way. There is no fucking way that a 24-year-old woman can find anything romantic about a 75-year-old man. It's like, it's like beyond the daddy syndrome, right? Like, you already have the daddy syndrome when a woman gets an elderly man to be her daddy. Because, like, she never had a father around or her father was abusive. Like, that happens. That really happens. And I saw it in high school. A lot of the girls that had genuine problems in their family life, they ended up just marrying, like, a guy that was 10 years, 20 years their age. Right? Like, they wanted a replacement for daddy. But, like, this isn't that. Like, this is a replacement for granddaddy, It's like when your grandpa wasn't there and you want to know how it's like to have a grandfather. It's like none of these people have vices or skeletons in the closets. They're moral up until they're not, says Ray Ray. It's also like this obsession of presenting yourself as moral. It's like, your actions don't matter. What matter is like how people view you. And again, like if a woman rides the cock carousel, as the internet likes to call it, and then she's like 39 and she's got no other options, and so she bitches on the internet about another couple that's doing literally what she did earlier, but now she's bitching at the man. All of a sudden people think that she's like trying to restore morality into society. And it's like, yeah, if you want to restore morality into society, do it with actions. Like, behave in a way that's moral, and that way, generally, you're making a difference in society. You're trying to make it more moral than it is. The narcissist 24-year-old overlooks the 73-year-old when all they care about is hot men. Yeah, no, like, what I think is happening, and I'm willing to bet that this is the case, right? She's cheating on him. Like, there's no fucking way she's loyal, right? Like, she probably wants to get married. I don't even know how the fuck she does it. Like, I would never be able to marry a 75-year-old grandma. Grandma. Right? And she marries him and then starts cheating on him. And what is he going to do? And to be honest, like, if you're 75 and you manage to, like, have a lot of money, and so you're now in a relationship with a 24-year-old, even if you find out that she's cheating on you, who fucking cares as long as she puts out, right? And wipes your ass when you can't do it yourself and you have dementia. Like, this is what most men are going to say, right? It's like, she's cheating on you. Of course she's cheating on me. Like, I'm 75. Like, men aren't dumb. You know, they're not going to pretend that they're stupid. Like, they know. But it's like, okay, you're 75 and you have companionship. It's like a 24-year-old girl. That's okay. Like, very few other men can pull it off. And the only reason you can is because you are successful and you have cash. That's your retirement fund, basically. You don't have to go to an old retirement home. You have now a wife. Yeah, Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt is an example, right? Seriously, like, I can understand why the men do it. Like, if they can afford it, they will do it. I don't understand why women do it. And most women won't do it, right? Like, the overwhelming majority of women will not do it. It's fucking disgusting. You just described Donald Trump and Melania's marriage. Again, yes. Like, I don't blame Donald Trump. Why would I blame Donald Trump? Like, it's normal. You know, like, most men, they want to date younger women. Unless it's a prepubescent woman, then I would understand. It's fucking disgusting, and then the man is a creep. But if the woman is old enough to consent and she knows what she's doing, right? She is the problem. Help! I'm in Texas. They're going to require digital ID for Google and Apple apps in January, Utah. They're going to require ID for the weather app. I heard about that. Now, don't you already have to use your credit card when you're on Apple? Because I think, like, you do. So, like, in theory, they already have your information. Like, they already know who you are. I remember I had to do that. Like, when I connected to Apple, they use this trick in order to make it more likely for you to buy shit. This is what gacha games do as well. Like, for instance, if you play Nikkei, it's a gacha game. They will give you the game's currency, which I think is gems or something, right? They will give you that currency if you actually link your credit card. And you don't have to buy anything. You just need to link your credit card. This is a psychological trick. Because now that your credit card is linked, to make a purchase is just one button away. So it's considered an impulse buy, right? Like a lot of purchases, especially on Steam and on other places, you see the game, boom, you bought it, and then you realize, oh, well, you don't really have time to play it, or you don't really feel like playing it, right? And so, this is what Apple did. Like, if you want to make an account on the Apple Store, you have to link your credit card, which means that they already know who you are. And so, why would they require your digital ID? And the reason is to normalize it. Like, they want to normalize the concept of digital ID. No, you don't need digital ID to play Nikkei. But actually, you do in Texas. No, sorry, my bad. No, Jesus, what the fuck am I saying? No, like in Texas, if you want to play Nikkei on your smartphone, you now need to show digital ID. Roku does that in the US. Is Roku the television? I heard like a TV. Again, there's another shit that really bothers me. This whole thing that the United States passed, where you're not allowed to harvest data from children. And I'm like, what? Why are they allowed to harvest data from adults? Like, that's what fascinates me, right? So, like, you have this decision by some fucking judge. Sorry, not a judge, my bad. Like the American politicians, like, literally, they can't fucking live unless they protect children's data. And it's like, okay, but why are companies allowed to harvest my data? Like, just because I'm over 18, why do they assume that I consent? And anyway, right, like, it is what it is. But the idea is, like, if they were to harvest data from children, so fucking what? Like, no, seriously, so fucking what? Like, what do they harvest data for? Like, first of all those children are going to have their data harvested when they're 18. No exception, right? Because, like, you gotta use social media. And the moment you use social media, your data is harvested. Now, if you're my child, your data is not going to be harvested, because I know, like, all the protections that are the bare minimum in order to make it difficult for these companies to harvest data, like using VPN, so on and so forth, which probably you guys are doing as well. But I'm just saying, okay, so, like, if a child has their data harvested, what happens to it? It's so that they can get better ads, right? Literally, that's it. It's like, so that they can get whatever the fuck the kid likes, so that they can then nag their parents, mommy, daddy, buy me shit. Right? Like, they get to see ads with Lego rather than get to see ads with Budweiser. Because that's pretty much what happens, right? Like, if data doesn't get harvested, you get random ads. And then you have little Billy watching beer commercials and gacha game commercials, right? Because, like, whatever. But my point is, the reason they passed this is so that they can fine companies. That's the only reason. Like, the government needs more cash. And they're already taxing social media companies, and now they want more fines, which means more tax, and to also drive public outrage, right? Because it sounds bad. It's like, oh, they harvested data from children. Oh. It's like, okay, they're harvesting data from me every single fucking day. And if you're not concerned about me, why are you concerned about kids? It's the same shit, right? And not to mention, like, okay, so little Billy is 17 now. If you harvest data from him, it's a crime. But tomorrow he's 18, and now he can be harvested. It's... but yeah, so, like, they used the Roku, I think, like, this television, like, smart TV, and they were complaining that they harvested data from children, right? Because, like, children were using the TV, and they were changing channels and shit, and Roku would basically, like, try to figure out what their viewing pattern is so that they know what ads to serve. And I'm like, okay, so the only way now for Roku to know if the person watching is a child or not is by asking for ID. All the roads, everything we do leads to digital ID, and it leads to Puritans online supporting these decisions. Okay. It is what it is. Theoretically, you could use their growing up info to profile them. Are they the right kind of people for some government job? But morality is the don't they use the profile the moment you reach 18 though? It's like, okay, you're 18 and now you have to go through university. And so okay, 18, 19, 20, 21, right around the age of 22. They have like 4 years to profile you. Like, by that time they kind of figured out the type of person you are. Like, why the fuck does it even matter if little Billy, who's 7, likes vanilla ice cream or he likes McSunday from McDonald's? Like, that's not going to affect the profiling, right? Like, that type of data isn't going to tell a government company, a government entity, whether or not this kid can be a rocket scientist. Right? Like usually harvesting data from children, like, what are you going to find out? It's like, okay, he spends time, plays Roblox, likes going to McDonald's, likes shit-talking to adults on Twitter, pretending he's 18, and probably spends a lot of time playing Minecraft. And his favorite VTuber is Gargura. And it's like, okay. And... yeah, okay, so now the company goes, okay, we're going to sell him VTuber ads, and we're going to sell him more McDonald's commercials, and that's pretty much it. Like, this is what's happening, right? Meanwhile, like, data is so sacred, right? Data is so sacred, but the moment he's 18, the third company is not only they want to harvest his data, they now want his digital ID too, and pray to Jesus that the company that does the age verification on Discord isn't going to get hacked. Right? No, like, I maybe I'm wrong, and I'm not seeing a bigger pattern here, but I would love for people to actually explain to me, why is it morally wrong to harvest data from children? And when I say that, I mean teenagers, of course, but like also little kids, right, that are browsing online. And the reason I'm asking it is because my data is being harvested. So like, if there's something wrong with it, maybe I should know. And if there is, like, and the child is so important, then why can't I get the same protections? Like, the fuck did I do in order to not deserve having the exact same protections like little Billy and not have my data harvested? That and no say in having it deleted or how it's used. Ah, see? This is what you get for not living in the European Union. You don't get the GDPR. Yeah, in Europe, and you can actually force this to Americans, and I think Californians have a similar law, where you can actually force the company to delete your data. And there were like a lot of people that were on Character AI, this website which allowed you to make chatbots, and people were massively butthurt over the fact that the company pretty much locked people from deleting their bots, because the company decided one day, yeah, we're not going to tolerate not safe for work anymore. And so like they banned not safe for work, and there were a lot of people that invested time in creating bots and promoted the website to others, and they found this unreasonable. It's like, okay, well, hold on a little bit. You're changing the deals after, you know. And in order to give the middle finger to the company, they filed GDPR complaints. And they said, you got 2 weeks to show me all my data, like everything that I have, give it to me, and delete everything from your server. And it's not funny when you're an engineer working at such a company and you receive like thousands of these requests. And you gotta comply, because like if you miss one, it's a huge fine. If you miss 2, it's double the fine, right? So like for everyone you missed, even if it's like a single line of code with a person's data, you're fucked. Yeah, I'm aware of this, and I was affected not as a creator, but as a fan. Well, there were a lot of fans that did the same thing, right? It doesn't matter. Like, they would file GDPR complaints. Stop noticing the pattern of control? I can't, man. I can't. And what really pisses me off is that I notice it's astroturfed. Like, I have all these Puritans on Twitter, same talking points, same buzzwords, arguing like leftists, pretending they don't understand, pretending they don't get context. And all of this conversation just didn't exist 2 years ago. It's all of a sudden, you know, sparking up. And it's like, ban pornography, ban pornography. And I'm like, okay, well, can we find alternatives? No, digital ID, digital ID. What? Like, right-wingers that have been persecuted for the last decade and a half. And the only reason a lot of right-wingers didn't get fully fucked, because they could have gotten more fucked than they are, but like the only reason they didn't get fully fucked is because they had anonymity. And now they're like, oh yeah, like well, who cares about internet anonymity? Like, ban pornography. Here's my take. How do you find pornography on the internet if you're not looking for it? Like, I'm actually trying to look for it, chat, on Twitter. Like, I'm actually trying to find the Japanese shit, and I can't find it. I mean, it does come up in the search if you look long enough, but like, it's not what it used to be in 2018 under Jack Dorsey's Twitter. I'll give you that. You know, like, a lot of it is suppressed. You have to go way out of your way in order to find it. And so, like, all these people, all these Puritans, all these right-wingers, it's like the image that they're creating is that they're inundated with pornography. It's like a fucking tsunami of it. Like, for them, the internet didn't move past 2014. When you actually did have, like, porn search results in Google. Right? Like, you'd Google something and you see massive tits. And that was, like, the normal of the internet. I remember, like, streaming back then, I would never show my Google search results. I'm not talking about my history. I'm talking, like, if you're on Google and you type Overwatch, right? You type, like, Overwatch Mercy, and you'd hit enter, the first 10 results would be her naked. It wasn't like the way it's now, where like the not safe for work results are hidden and difficult to find. No, no, no. I'm not thinking critically enough. I'm trying to, Mr. Uncensored, and welcome to the show. You need to know where to look for it. They have links in their stuff and that. No, I know, but like I'm talking about Twitter in general, you know, like casually surfing the website and coming across pornography. Like there used to be like so many memes. And there used to be like so many stuff with tits and shit. All of it gets banned now. All of it is suppressed. Like even erotica, even stuff that's like fully dressed. Even that gets suppressed. Like no nipple, no vaju. Boom, like you need to show digital ID to see it. And it's like, okay, so isn't this acceptable? Like, is this not enough? I think it's enough. Why does it have to be more than this? Yeah, like if it would get banned tomorrow, most people wouldn't even notice it. Right? Like, but the way that the right wingers are saying it, again, this is why I think it's astroturfed. I don't think it's organic. They're pretending like it's a huge issue. They're pretending like little Billy going on Twitter is going to see titties. What? Yeah, they consider bikinis are pornography now. And not them, like the AI. Like if you go on Twitter, right, and you upload a picture with a girl in a swimsuit, you actually do get the message that it's requiring you to click accept because it's a picture that's not safe for work. Anyway, apparently like the X algorithm is also fucked right now. A lot of people are seeing shit they're not supposed to. I heard Mr. Medical complaining about it. Hold on, let me see if Mr. Medical actually has this, because I think he may have posted something. Here we go. So if you're not on Twitter, this is what you're missing.
A few more, like it from different accounts, talking about how Grok replacing the algorithm was affecting people's reach and engagement. And hey, so a quick observation, a little bit strange. A few days ago, I saw this tweet, and a few more, like it from different accounts, talking about how Grok replacing the algorithm was affecting people's reach and engagement, and how things were just getting very weird on X. But I hadn't really noticed it myself, or I wasn't really paying attention because I don't really give too much of a shit. But I did notice something really strange today. I want you to take a look at this tweet. Now you'll see the very bottom right number there. That's the amount of views the tweet has gotten. How many people have seen it? And then you'll see the likes and retweets and comments all propagate out from that. And you can kind of get this ratio, this basic idea of how much engagement something gets based on how many people have seen it. But now look at this one. Over 100,000 views on this particular tweet, but look at that amount of comments and retweets and likes, and I couldn't figure out where this was coming from. Didn't make a lot of sense. I figured, oh, if somebody's shitting on the tweet, at least I'd get a lot of comments talking crap. Praising it, there'd be comments praising it, but it's just kind of a basic bitch tweet talking about something I saw Homeland Security tweet out. So I couldn't figure this out. But then I noticed something kind of interesting. So there's this account that reply girls to everything I do begging for attention. They're a communist troon, no joke. Apparently that's a kid. Whoever saw that coming? A big fat communist troon, desperate for attention. Anyway, turns out they're the one that retweeted this particular tweet. Look at the view count on that. Even more interesting, look at the view count on assorted tweets this account is putting out. Hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views. Barely any comments, retweets, or likes. I mean, maybe somebody's trying to fuck with Grok and, you know, drive fake engagement to get their lib shit propaganda kind of disseminated out there. But this is definitely where it's coming from. But I can't figure this out. Why would they be getting upwards of 500,000 views on tweets and zero? Look at the engagement. These are poverty level engagement rates. I mean, look at this one from 22 minutes ago. 17,000 views, 1 comment, 7 likes. Make it make sense to me.
Yeah, I'll make it make sense to you. I think the the engagement number is false. Because, and I'll tell you why. Like, if you get 17,000 engagements, right? And actually 17,000 people see it, they would comment. Like, it's statistically improbable for 17,000 people to watch this and only get 7 likes. And so the number is shit. Just like YouTube did it. Like, YouTube, basically stopped counting views from people with ad block. And so a lot of creators noticed that their ad revenue was the same, but all of a sudden it was like that guy with the Chadcast shit. Synthetic Man. Yeah, so like Synthetic Man was noticing this and many others. All of a sudden, like, our channels were getting 75% less views. Or 25%, depends. But immediately the gaslighting from the community. It's like, oh, you know, you're not talented enough. Oh, you're boring, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no. And all of us knew that something is up, you know, and we were desperately trying to figure out what. And then we saw Linus Tips, like, he's a massive channel, and he was talking about the same shit. And again, like, it didn't make sense. It's like, okay, if we're getting so little views, like, why is our income, like, why is the AdSense the same, right? Because, like, you should, like, less people watching, it should go down as well. Turns out, like, they were just not counting the views with ad block. And so that's why the ad revenue was the same, because, like, the ad block doesn't count anyway. Still probably affected the algorithm, right? Because, like, the algorithm promotes your channel based on your previous videos and how popular they were. And I think, like, something similar is happening on Twitter. Like for some fucking reason, they are adding views now. Like, it's making the tweets more popular than they are. But it's not legit. Like, it's not real. Because if you have a tweet that has, like, 10,000 engagements, like 10,000 people saw it, and you have, like, only 5 likes on it, there's no fucking way. Like, that thing just doesn't exist on the internet. Unless you say something really bad, right, and people ratio you, but then you'd have comments. Like, then you'd have no likes, but you had a lot of comments. And so, yeah, no, I think, like, Mr. America is right. That there is some shenanigans going on, but it's not what he thinks. It's not that Twitter is promoting far left-leaning people, especially not under Elon Musk. Like, I wouldn't see Elon Musk promoting communist troons, as Mr. America put it. Yeah, Elon was posting, saying that he's trying to fix it. And hello, Gator Willis. Welcome to the show. I do hope he does. I hope that I finally get to stop interacting with the people that I don't like. It's so fucking annoying. Like, I draw a Sakubasu, and she's really cute and pretty, and she does Sakubasu things, and all of a sudden the Christian is like, this is sinful. Like, why the fuck is he here? Why is he spurging out on my time? I don't go to spurg out on his time. I don't post the Sakubasu when he's praying to God. You know, like, he's talking to another Christian, talking about Jesus, talking about Aquinas. You know, like what Aquinas said back in the day. I don't go into his timeline and post the Sakubasu there. I post the Sakubasu on my timeline. And if the Christian infests my timeline and goes, what is this? This is sinful. You're dragging people to hell. It's like, okay, fuck off. The fuck out of my lawn. My front yard. Public fucking market. Fucking ass. I remember when Velociraptor was new. I actually remember something about Velociraptor. I don't know why. It's so fucking familiar, but... At this point, I don't know if bots or NPC. Yeah, I mean, you can still kind of tell if it's a bot. It's obviously, like, a lot more difficult to tell than back in 2025, right? Because back in not 2025, back in 2020. Because in 2020, the bots were simple, and they would just, like, post pre-recorded messages. Holy shit, this game looks so fucking cool. But yeah, like, now under now under ChatGPT, you can have a bot and you don't know you're talking to a bot. The way I know it is that if I'm talking to someone that actually sounds intelligent and it's actually making points, probably not a bot. Wait, is Mr. Banker falling for this? Usually when you see a video that's 6 seconds, it's AI. This is the time limit for Grok, right? So like if you see 6 seconds, it's probably AI. Like it should be 5 or 7. If it's literally 6 seconds, 006, AI. But you know, if they make a game like this, it's probably freaking cool. Look at it. Yeah, no, this is probably made with Grok. I'm not saying they're not making a game. Like, they probably are making a game. It probably does look like this. But I don't think they have a game engine, and I don't think they have a working product, and I think that they're using AI, you know. If they want to prove me wrong, release another video that's 8 seconds long. Well, actually, you can fake it. You can have, like, Grok do 6 seconds, and then another 6 seconds, and then cut it to 8. But yeah, like, usually when I see like this, you know, 006, it's always there. You gotta be skeptical, chat. You gotta be skeptical. Like, there's people that are trying to bamboozle you. Even if, like, some collateral damage happens, even if some innocents get hit in the crossfire, your skepticism needs to be a shield. But yeah, no, like, there's actually a big nostalgia for old-style games. So, like, if you make something like this now, it's going to sell. Although, the black and white graphics, I think it's shit. And I will tell you why. It looks good in the presentation. It looks nice. But if you play a game that's black and white for like 2 hours, it looks like shit. No, you need to color. You need to color stuff. No, black and white, not good. It's easy to scam people with AI, but also retarded to not use it as part of the workflow. Using it as part of the workflow is not recommended right now, unless you're a AAA company. If you use AI as an independent game developer, people will just refuse to buy your shit. And the reason they do this is because currently the community is trying to reward artists, which are already suffering, and they're already getting hit by PayPal and MasterCard, and they're already under immense censorship. And artists were, and still are, the soul of a lot of communities. Like, a lot of Discords are pretty much surrounding an artist. And so they generally care about the artist, and they don't like to see that their work is taken away. And AI also has, like, a really bad reputation. Like, they will call it AI slop. Even if you actually make something that looks good with AI, like, even if it genuinely looks good, like, people won't care. It's AI. And so if you're making an independent game, do not use AI under any circumstances for nothing whatsoever. It's getting to the point where even translating using AI, you're going to have people bitching. The thing with AAA is they get away with it. Like, and I think it's because they already were using AI. Like, for instance, Assassin's Creed, right? Like, when you look at the environment of Assassin's Creed, like, do you think they honestly place every single tree by hand and they place every single rock by hand? It's like, no, it's auto-generated, right? So, in theory, that is AI, and it's a big no-no. But it's tolerated. And by the way, like, one of the old AIs is Heroes of Might and Magic. If you guys played Heroes of Might and Magic 3, it had the random map generator, right? Like, that's literally AI. Speaking of Heroes, by the way, I don't know how many of you are aware, but they're releasing another Heroes of Might and Magic. And unfortunately, it actually looks good. And I'm saying unfortunately because I hate Ubisoft, right? So if Ubisoft makes a good game, then I have to be honest, and if it looks good, I have to call it. And it's unfortunate because I don't wanna give Ubisoft praise, right? But hey, they did this, so Yeah, the problem with it, and I'll tell you what, like, it looks fucking gorgeous. You know, if this came out 10 years ago, Game of the Year. What can you do with it now? Like the whole shit with Heroes of Might and Magic was the hot seat, right? Like, you played with another guy next to you, like, in the age of 486 processors, or actually Pentium 2, I think it was, right? You have Heroes of Might and Magic 3, and you don't really have, like, internet back then. You had dial-up, and playing an online game, unless you were into a LAN, it would have been insanely laggy and unplayable. And so, like, you had this game, right? Like, you'd get your friend, and you would either play Worms Armageddon, or you'd play Need for Speed Split Screen, or Mortal Kombat. I don't think Street Fighter was back then. Yeah, I don't think, like, you could... Yeah, Street Fighter was for the arcade and consoles. I don't think you had it on PC. So you'd play Mortal Kombat, Worms Armageddon, or Heroes 3. And the whole cool thing was to actually see, you know, like, and interact with your friend. But if you're playing this online, the problem is that when the other guy is having a battle, he's spending real time in the battle, and battles can last for like 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. You don't see what they're doing. So, like, you're going to, like, what? Wait for them to end the turn and like, spend like 3 or 4 minutes in a battle? Right? Now imagine you're playing with 3 or 4 people. Like, it's going to be ridiculous. And the way the game is also made, it's not very modern. You know, it's an old game. Like, you have your pre-made castles, and it's kind of standardized. Like, there's not really that much strategy once you kind of understand the meta. And so, yeah, I don't see how they will manage to create a community. Unless it's just like people buying it for nostalgia. And if you're buying it for nostalgia, it's perfectly reasonable. Because I think, like, this game actually gives you that. Right? Like, it's pretty much Heroes of Might and Magic 3 so far. Like, if they get the balance right, and they don't fuck up, it's literally the same game. It's just that it's updated with better UI. Right? Like, even the same resources. Like, you got gold, you got wood, you got ore, gems, mercury. I don't know what the fuck this is. I think you don't have sulfur. Holy shit, you don't have sulfur. They removed the sulfur. They gave something else, or maybe this is sulfur, right? This one, yeah, no, this is mercury. This is mercury. You got crystals. Yeah, mercury, crystals, gems, or wood. Yeah, so you don't have sulfur. I don't know what this is. What the fuck is this? Right? Meanwhile, like, you got your healing tent. I think this is like the war machine, right? Like, you had healing tent, ballista, and catapult. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Is there anyone in the chat that doesn't know what I'm talking about? I'm willing to bet, like, when I alt tab, I have like 50 people left, because like no one knows what the fuck I'm talking about. But yeah, so like, you get morale, you get luck, attack, defense. Yeah, it's pretty much like the same fucking game. Yeah, wisdom and spell power. And then you have like artifacts and some spells. Look how gorgeous it fucking... Like, I mean, come on. Look at this shit. Okay, so like the castle screen. Like, what you got? You get the military branch. And how many creatures you get? Level 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, that means like, okay, so 6 creatures from your castle plus an extra one? Like, that sounds like... No, hold on, 7. 7, it was like the number of creatures per castle. So like, you just get your own castle creatures, and if you want to get something else, you need to renounce some of your units. So like, if you have 2 castles, right? And let's say you have some angels, like you want to add archangels, you'd have to renounce one of your units. But you get walls. And this is what really pissed me off with this game. The person attacking always loses because it's not that it always loses. It was always imbalanced. Like the attacker was always at a disadvantage, right? And there's like really no strategy against it. Like if you want to win and the guy wants to stay in his castle, like he will stay in his castle, and then you have to. It was like an overwhelming advantage, really. Like they had walls and siege towers and shit, and they did a lot of fucking damage. But anyway, right? So you get the mage guilds up to level 5. Tavern. Yeah, no, it's literally the same units as Heroes, the same buildings as Heroes 3, except that I think this is the Holy Grail one, right? Like the Ever Serpent. And then you have like the Undead Transformer. I think like maybe the units may be different, right? Like maybe you don't have ancient vampires and shit, but it's still like 7 units. You get the treasury rather than a marketplace, I guess. Yeah. So if you're a Heroes 3 fan, like you may actually love this. Yeah, okay. Up. So you get skeletons, you get the white. This one is a new unit. This one is a new unit, right? So Grave Robber and Undead Pet. I have no idea what these are. The Lich, the Dread Knight. Okay, and the final level is the Vampire. So you don't have Bone Dragons. And you don't have zombies. Yeah. But you have the Liches, you got the Dread Knights. The vampires were really fucking good, if I remember correctly. Like, they had no retaliation and life drain. Yeah. Sieging and not assaulting castles unless they're undermanned is kind of legit. Well, no, like, the cool thing was that if you could make a siege so that if your, like, hero hangs around their area and they don't challenge you or contest you or anything like that, they should lose something. Like the best example that I can think of is Total Warhammer, right? So like in Warhammer Total War, if you besiege a castle, you have like 12 turns. And during those 12 turns, your hero is stuck. Like you have to constantly besiege the castle. You can't move it around. And after those 12 turns, if the enemy doesn't attack you, you actually manage to face him without the castle walls. So like he's forced to face you in open battle. And so like during those 14 turns, the enemy has time to like regroup all his armies and try to either attack you from 2 fronts, from behind and the front. Or he's got time to rebuild and summon more units before he can finally face you. And I feel like that actually makes more sense than just, oh, well, if you happen to have an advantage, you just need to attack his castle or else, and be at a disadvantage then. Ghosts and Bone Dragons sucked anyway. Yeah. Bone Dragons, well, not so much. Like the thing with Ghost Dragons, they were one of the best and worst units in the game. They had this thing called aging. And if it procced, it was like an hourglass. And if it procced, it took the HP of that unit and divided them by half. And so, like, if you're fighting archangels, right, or some shit, and you attack them with the Ghost Dragon, and you age them, an archangel had 300 HP, and with the age, you would have 150, the entire stack. And so you do that, and then cast an implosion, and just, like, eviscerate an entire enemy unit, like a level 7 unit. The thing was, like, does it proc? Most of the times it was random, and so, like, you could have the last battle without the hourglass procking ever, and, it was kind of shit. But yeah, like, the Ghost Dragon was actually one of the weakest tier 7 units. I'm actually trying to think if there was any tier 7 unit worse than the Ghost Dragon. I don't think there was. I think like no. I think they're like the worst unit in the game. Like Inferno was the weakest castle, but like their tier 7 unit was good. Again, do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like, am I any Heroes 3 fans? Like, do you like turn-based strategy? Conflux had the most ridiculous tier 7 unit. I think like the Hydra, right? Like the Hydra from that was from Fortress. Wasn't really that bad because it had no enemy retaliation and it could actually hit like 3 units. Especially if you could teleport one. You teleport one in the enemy team and then it hits 3. Please score all up. Oh, Sergeant Gunnery. Holy shit, I almost missed your super chat. My fucking god. Should have donated more. If you donated more, it sticks longer. And then I don't miss it. When Christians are bitching about your pictures, you can bitch about their pictures. When I ask why, put the picture with your comment. Dude, that is the saying that a very sage lolly, Rev says Desu, has said on the internet. Your likes are public. And unfortunately, Elon Musk heard about it and made the likes private. But before that, most people complaining about pornography, you'd look at their likes, and they were far left people, which had furry diaper porn or homosexual furry porn, like Jean de la Rose, you know? And it's like, most of the time, like people who are genuinely obsessed with porn, like either they can't stop talking about it or they can't stop complaining about it. They watch porn. Inferno was actually like the worst castle, and I remember like their archers, the Magogs. Or was it? No, Gogs. Gogs were called. Hold on. Chat, I need to do this. Hold on. Inferno. The very fact that I know this after so many fucking years. These ones. The Gogs and the Magogs. If you're playing Inferno, you never wanted to upgrade them. Like, this is why... well, not this is why. This is one of the many reasons why it was one of the most shitty castles in the entire fucking game. Their first unit, it has wings that doesn't even fucking fly. But yeah, like, if you upgraded the Magog, what it did is, like, it did AoE damage, which sounds fucking cool, right? Until you realize that if your units are engaging, this thing becomes useless. Because if this thing attacks and your units are in range, it hits your units as well. And it was the only archer in the game that did that. And so, like, it was a lot better to just not fucking upgrade the Magog and let him into a Gog. These ones were kind of interesting. Like, a lot of people said, well, no, like, this castle is good because it's got the Pit Lord. The Pit Lord, like, if your units died, you could actually create them into Horned Demons. And there was a tactic that you'd get your imps to be killed and just make more demons, right? But by the time you got Pit Lords, it was kind of like later-ish in the game, and you drag the game a lot. But yeah, like with Inferno, you could actually, like, if you knew how to play, it was kind of like Necropolis in a way. So you'd have like you would basically like spread your army to have like 2 or 3 Pit Lords. And then you have like 2 or 3 imps, and you get the imps to get killed, and you resurrect them as demons. And then you upgrade the demons into Horned Demons, and you would use your magic, like Magic Arrow, Fireball, and shit like that, in order to win the battles. And you have like some Pit Lords, some Ifriti, and Devils, and you just go farm, and you just make more demons. It was pretty fucking cool. Still a shitty castle, though. Shitty heroes as well. I'm geeking out, chat. Inferno is worse than hold on. What was Citadel? Was it Citadel the human castle? The human castle is the best castle in the game. Like, hands fucking down. There's like 2 castles that well, actually there's a lot more than 2. But yeah, like the top tier castles where What the fuck? The one with the behemoth. Stronghold. Stronghold was really fucking cool because you get your tier 7 unit right away. And it had one of the most powerful heroes in the game. I think his name was Crag Hack. The other castle that was really good was Citadel, and the third one that was great was Rampart, Dungeon. But it's not that they were great. It's like they were the only viable castles if you play to win. Well, obviously, like there was one castle that me and my friend always banned, and it was like even if you find it as the second castle, you never play with it. You never get armies from there unless it's your third castle. It was that fucking overpowered. Conflux. Like Conflux, the castle that you got from the expansion, it broke the game. The tier 7 unit had like a massive growth. Like all their units were fucking like rabbits. Like if you played Conflux, like you would have like extremely high numbers of units. I don't even know why it was balanced that way. But on top of that, the last unit after you killed it, it was called the Phoenix. And by the end game, you had like 50, 60 Phoenixes, something ridiculous like that. And the other guy would probably have like 30, maybe 40 tier 7s. And once you killed the Phoenix, it resurrected. And it resurrected into like half. So like you really have 75 rather than 50. It was like fucking insane. And I was like, no, like, dude, like if you play Conflux, I'll play Conflux. And then we both played the same shit. You know, like let's just ban it. We don't play that. We play something else. What's no even point at trying, you know? Frog Jupiter, how come female romance books like Morning Glory, Milking, or Bear don't require physical ID at the bookstore library, but I need a digital ID? Fun fact, Visa and MasterCard are actually banning some of these. Like if you have erotic books, Visa and MasterCard bans it. There was like another book writer from New York, and she was complaining that Google Docs locked her out, and she was, I think like 100,000 words written or some shit like this, and they just destroyed her entire career. So no, it's starting to affect female erotica as well. Look at my DMs for Heroes of Might and Magic's perk. Dude, you're giving me 10 Romanians to do that? No fucking way. I'm not doing that. I'm not that cheap. Like, look, I am a whore. I will do shit, but not for 10 Romanian. That's like $2. You gave me $2? Like, no fucking way. The fuck out. Like other people pay $5 so I can read 3 lines, and you're paying me $2 in order. I'm not even getting $2. I'm getting like $1.50 if I think about it, right? Because like YouTube takes a cut, and from a $1.50, I also have the Romanian government taking another half. You're basically giving me 75 cents to read you what you posted, which is like $100. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of my chat. Get the fuck out of my chat, Christy. Why are you here? Fuck out of here. It's not the body that bothers. It's the attitude. It's the attitude. Like you come in with your sneaky attitude, like trying to impose your messages over other people that paid more. It's not even $5. It's not even $5, right? Like that's what I'm saying. He's giving me like 50 cents. Anyway, chat. All jokes aside, I'm going to stop here. Thank you for watching. Hopefully, I entertained you. If by some miracle you manage to clip the best highlights of my stream, I will share them, right? Just contact me on DM. I would need someone that's a clipper. Hopefully, I managed to grow the channel. I keep saying this. I need a co-host, though. Like, I need to find someone with a radio voice. Needs to have a radio voice to be a co-host. It also needs to be humorous. It's a difficult search. I asked a VTuber. She was nervous. Didn't say no. She said maybe. But she's Brazilian, so I don't know. Anyway, right. Talk to you later, chat.